They say money can't buy happiness, but I'd like to see it try. So I'm putting a price tag on happiness, and the answer isn't what you think, because apparently there's a price tag for happiness. Some scientists actually tried to figure it out, and no, it's not me, although that's close. We're gonna break down the real cost of happiness into the reality check scale, expectation versus reality, how close it is to the dream. Time to boredom, how long before you stop caring? Would I do it again? Self-explanatory. Let's start cheap, $10. That would get us a coffee, maybe an ice cream. My favorite flavor is chocolate. If you like anything other than chocolate, you're a sicko. Sure, it's happiness for 20 minutes until you remember your internet subscription is about to end. Expectation versus reality. You thought it would be the perfect mood boost, but really, it's just sugar and caffeine. Time to boredom. About as long as it takes to drink the coffee. Would I do it again? Yes, and that because happiness is happiness, even if it comes in a paper cup. And now that takes us to a $100 budget. Now we're talking dinner at a decent restaurant, maybe a haircut that doesn't look like it was done by your cousin, or a day trip somewhere. Expectation versus reality. You picture yourself sipping fancy wine, laughing with friends, and looking effortlessly cool. Reality? You're just overpaying for pasta while the waiter side-eyes your pronunciation of food menu. Time to boredom. 2 to 3 hours, or however long the food coma lasts. Would I do it again? Probably, because for a brief moment you felt like you had your life together. Before we jump into the 1,000 tier, and eventually 100,000 and the big 1 million, let's talk about happiness for a second. Scientists say 2 out of 5 people aren't happy these days. That's a lot, and the number keeps going up. In today's digital world, we've trained our brains to focus on things we can't have without money, instead of appreciating the life we already have, the people who actually love us, and the moments that don't cost a cent. And hey, yeah, I'm talking to you. I don't care if you're watching this on your phone in bed at 3 a.m. or pretending to work with this in the background. You've got people in your life who'd miss you if you were gone. Happiness is just time well spent with the right people, so don't forget to notice them. Alright, now let's go spend some fake money. $1,000, that's the price of a car. A cheap one, of course. With that kind of money, you can book a nice hotel, eat at restaurants where the menus don't have prices. Or, better yet, you can donate it to your favorite streamer so they'll notice you.
$1 million doodle!
Though I don't recommend doing that. Expectation versus reality. You imagine luxury, but really, you just bought a weekend of pretending to be rich and maybe a shout out in a Twitch chat. Time to boredom. However long it takes for the hotel Wi-Fi to stop working. Would I do it again? Only if I really wanted that streamer's attention. $100,000. Now we're talking life-changing money, or at least Instagram life-changing money. You could buy a fancy sports car, put a down payment on a house, or blow it all on a big party so big people will assume you're rich. Expectation versus reality. You think this money will solve all your problems. Reality? You just bought yourself a bunch of new problems. Time to boredom, about 6 months, or however long it takes before the new wears off and the monthly bills start rolling in. Would I do it again? Maybe, but this time with fewer champagne fountains and more common sense. $1 million. This is it, the I've made it money. The kind of money where you can buy a mansion, a yacht, or a small tropical island, and still have enough left over to hire someone whose full-time job is to feed you grapes. You could literally live every Instagram fantasy you've ever had. Or, you know, just burn it all on crypto investment. Expectation versus reality. You think $1 million makes you untouchable. Reality, it makes you a target for weird cousins you didn't know you had, and investment opportunities from guys named Chad. Time to boredom. Depends. If you use it to create memories with people you love, it lasts forever. If you just buy shiny stuff, maybe a year, and it's gone. Would I do it again? Yes. But this time, I'd spend less on gold toilets and more on things that actually make life worth living. And here's the truth, $1 million can change your life, but it can't change who you are. If you're miserable now, you'll just be miserable in a nicer chair. So yeah, chase the money, but don't forget to chase the moments. Alright, that's it. We've officially put a price tag on happiness. Thanks for watching till the end. You're now legally 12% happier. Probably. If you laughed or learned something, hit that subscribe button. It's free and it makes my day.